Well, what have we here? So the results for the Hero Rises 2025 event has been posted. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see what's up. Also, just as an aside, we'll also take a look at the tap count, which they released yesterday. But, I mean, this wasn't really enough content to make a video about, so I didn't talk about it. All right, so here we go. This is going to be our top 8 units for the Hero Rises 2025. So we got Emblem Lynn coming in at first place with 11,000 votes, which is pretty good. She has a clear jump over the next place. In second, we have Sigurd there. What is that, a 3,000 point differential? Oh my god, yeah. I mean, Lynn sucks, right? Just use far save. It's so easy. No reason why this unit should have won. I have no idea why she did. Like, do you guys think she's good? Because I don't. All right, Emblem Sigurd, obviously, very good. Probably, it's nice to see that we got 2 Emblem heroes in first and second, which is obviously very good for the players that are unable to spark on Emblem banners themselves. Because you got to have the Fate Pass to do it, and if you don't want to buy the Fate Pass, then trying to get these guys through triple color sharing is a nightmare. So this is definitely a big W for this banner. Okay, then we have New Year Needhogger with 7,800 votes, a mere 500 behind Sigurd, which is pretty close. Yeah, I mean, this unit's obviously very good, and she also has the high ground, so it's over Anakin. All right, then we have Ninja Lucina with almost 6,000 votes. Yeah, wow. Top 3 were pretty cemented, weren't they? Like, Sigurd and Needhogger were neck and neck, and then Lynn just stole the show. And then Lucina's a far, like, 2,000 points behind them. So it seems like it's very clear which units people wanted on here. Okay, Ninja Lucina, though, obviously no complaints. One of the best units in the game. It's insane how much support she's able to give while also being one of the most competent damage dealers that we've got. So that's very good. Also a duo hero that scores really high, so that's awesome to have on the banner. All right, then we have Attuned Hector, also very good, and one of the most favorable attuned heroes in the game right now because he's an armor type. So you're free to give him all that craziness like Shield Fighter and Briar, Far Save, and so on and so forth. So copies of this dude are very valuable. Also, merges on him are very valuable. Okay, then we have Timera up next, which, Timera's definitely good, and she's definitely a great attuned hero, but she's not my personal favorite. She does give a lot of good support, though, so, obviously I'm not going to complain that she's on the banner. She is a very good choice to have here, but if I was making a top 8, I don't know if I would have had her on here. Okay, she's very close behind Hector, only 100 points behind. Then we've got Legendary Ira. This makes a ton of sense. She's an insane support, giving Potent, which right now, Potent support and Brave support are very mandatory and necessary if you're going to try to beat units that have Shield Fighter. So that's very good. And then Ira herself is just ridiculous. She herself is able to break through all those stubborn Shield Fighter units because she shuts off Pavis and Aegis and Godlike Reflexes and so on and so forth. So this is a very fantastic unit. Also, it's nice to get a legendary hero in here. And then finally, we've got Mythic Needhogger, who, again, I've got absolutely 0 complaints. I was actually thinking about doing a video, like, top 10 units to get merges on, or just, like, what is the best unit in the game to get to plus 10, and I was having a very difficult time not selecting this unit as number 1, because she's an offensive mythic hero, so first of all, that's already amazing to raise your score for offense seasons. Then she's also an insane tank, and tanks are like the only units that really significantly benefit from getting merges, because they really appreciate the 4 points to HP, defense, and res, more so than offensive units would gain from having like speed up 4 and attack up 4. So, like, tanks are already what you want to merge. Then she also scores really good for arena, too, because she has one of the highest BSTs. I think it's hard to argue against this being the single best unit to get to plus 10. So her being on the banner is awesome. We have a really good variety here. We got 2 Emblem heroes. We've got a seasonal hero. We have a duo hero. We've got 2 attuned heroes. Then we've got a legendary hero and an offensive mythic hero. I'm inclined to say this is basically the best outcome we could have gotten. Like, this looks really good. I don't think there's anything particularly missing. Let's see who didn't make the cut. Okay, Emblem Celica, who was very close to overtaking Needhogger, but yeah, I mean, her ring, it's hard to argue against her Emblem ring. Like, her Emblem ring is definitely one of the most broken. I don't know if I would say it's better than Sigurd. They're probably about equal for me. Like, Sigurd's ring and Celica's ring, I think, are tied. I think they are both better than Lynn's ring, though. I'm not the biggest fan of Lynn's ring. It is good on particular units, but I think Lynn herself is really the main proponent of that style where you can just attack from 6 spaces away or 5. So, yeah, I would definitely have said maybe Celica being off of here was a slight, because the ring is very good, but Celica herself is not the craziest. All right, then we got Emblem Mike in top 10. I don't know, man. This guy's done. He had his run, but that time has passed. So, yeah, not really looking at him anymore. Then we've got Desert Ike in there, who was actually not too far off, 500 votes away from Emblem Ike. We got the Winter Femortis. I believe that's Winter Femortis. Yeah, it's hard to tell because his icon is the same on, or virtually the same on his Mythic and his Seasonal alt. All right, then we got Duo Haythrun. We've got Legendary, or Mythic Athos. We've got Duo Alir. We got Duo Summer Gulveg. We've got Mythic Ectordeer. We got Duo Fiorm. We have Brave Felix, and then Emblem Marth. So the people crying about Brave Felix being in top 20, you can rest assured that he's not going to be on the banner. He fell out. So, yeah, people don't want anybody in the actual banner that is in the standard pool. And that's perfectly understandable, right? Because if you're just doing a daily freebie on a rerun banner or one of those types of banners that they just give you a daily freebie on, you could easily pull, well, not easily, but you could totally pull Felix if you get lucky and you just hit red, right? So, like, that's probably the only reason why people don't want him. He is a good unit and he does have good fodder, but yeah, it is understandable. So, yeah, let's also do a color count here. So, Lynn's on green. Who else is on green here? That's basically it. Lynn all by her lonesome. Yeah, not a bad time to go for Lynn because she's going to be all by herself. Shouldn't be too hard to snag a copy of her, and even if you don't, you could just spark her. All right, then for blue, we've got Sigurd, Needhogger, Timera. So we got 3 units on blue. Okay, then on colorless, we've got Lucina. Oh, that's actually really good. Lucina by herself. Because, I mean, she is one of the highest scoring duo heroes in the game. And she's absolutely a monster for arena mode if you were to get her to plus 10. So her without color sharing, that's really good. Keep in mind, there's no pity breaks on this banner. It's essentially a double special banner where there's 6% 5-star rates and 0% off focus rates. So if you are color sniping, you could probably get Lynn and Lucina very easily, considering they're all by themselves. All right, then on red, we've got Attuned Hector, Ira, and Needhogger, so 3 on red. So we got here 3 reds, 3 blues, and then 1 green and 1 colorless. So we do have 1 unit of every color at the very least. But, I mean, this still seems like a pretty good outcome. Unfortunately, it is color sharing for Sigurd, though. Like, I know the emblem rings would have been hot to have on a non-focus, like, color share, where you could just get them without having to go through 2 other guys. But it's still pretty good, because you can still spark them. I believe we get 4 sparks on the banner, too. So it's treated as like a Brave banner or a Christmas banner where everyone is just allowed to spark 4 times. So obviously that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I got no complaints, man. I think we ended up with a pretty good outcome here. As far as who I think is going to win the whole shabazz, like who's going to come out on top in the voting gauntlet and be given out to everyone for free, seemingly Lynn, I want to say, but it could also be any of these other units too. I don't know, but just like going off of votes though, it seems like people are very in favor of Lynn. She has a clear gap over second place. So I think we are probably looking at Lynn stealing the show here and winning the voting gauntlet. Which is good, of course, because then a free Emblem Lynn, free ring for everybody. That's definitely going to be good. All right, and just to wrap us up, let's go ahead and quickly take a look at the tap count. Now, this doesn't really matter. This is just how many people have the unit maybe as their friend selected, so they always show up and they always like go out and give feathers to your friends. Because, like, it just goes by who you tap on the most on your castle. And I would imagine, like, whoever unit you have as your friend and whoever friend units your friends have are going to be the ones with the most. So, Emblem Ike is at number 1. Reigning dominance on Edelgard. Yes, please. Dude, Ike is the thought stomper. Remember back in the day when we had the voting gauntlet where it was like every single time we had a voting gauntlet, it was a waifu who ended up winning. Except that one time they had Ike in the mix, and he, like, crushed Camilla completely. That was so satisfying back in the day, to see, like, an actual man beat... Okay, what I was about to say was not going to sound good out of context. But to see a man, like, defeat a waifu in a voting gauntlet, obviously, that was pretty rad. And also, it being Ike just added bonus points. So... really cool to see this happen again, and to Edelgard, no less. The one who Three Houses fans love to stand the most. Get that shit out of my face, man. Tellius reigns supreme. Best story in Fire Emblem. And you could take that to the bank. Alright, then we got Brave Felix in 3rd. We got the... Wait, which Gulveg is this, actually? Is this Brave Gulveg or is this Mythic Gulveg? I think this is Brave Gulveg, right? Because she has the little, like, hair tie. I think. Okay, then we have Attune Peony. We've got Brave Corin. We got Brave Edelgard and Brave Alphonse. Lots of brave heroes in here, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of brave heroes. Okay. All right, then Wind Tribe Claude and then Alphonse, who makes sense. I mean, Alphonse is, like, the default character of the game, so it should be expected for him to be in here. All right, then we can go ahead and take a look all the way up to top 30, but is that really necessary? Do we need to do that? I don't know, man. This is just like a fun little thing. It doesn't really mean anything. So that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the final results for the Hero Rises banner. This is your boy Tacho signing out, but I do think we got a pretty good ending here.